let's make this fucking quick because I want to watch the film. Because I need to watch Dead Reckoning Part 1. I wonder how much I'm going to remember. Because well, besides the ones I rewatch, it's the most recent one I watched. And that was 2 years ago. In cinemas. I don't know, I legit had no cares in the world 2 years ago. You know, basically, like when I was a teen till when I was 21, maybe even 22, no cares in the world whatsoever. And now all I'm thinking about is the inevitability of death, and I fucking hate it. Another day, today, just constantly thinking about it. Like, just every now and again, I just think of just a black abyss, and that terrifies me. I need to sit down and just air my feelings out. I don't know whether it be on a YouTube video or to someone else, but I just need to sit down, talk about it, and hopefully it dissipates, because every single time I see or watch a video or see a person, all I fucking think about now is that, oh, they're gonna die someday. Or, like, sure, I've had the thought of, like very old actors dying, you know, like Ian McKellen and, like, Harrison Ford. Because they're old, they were considered old when I was born, you know. Like, they're in their, like, late 80s or mid 80s. I don't know, that shit just terrifies me. I'm shooketh. BT Dubs my reaction for the Superman trailer. So I'm not really happy with the thumbnail, but that's fine. Also, the one thing keeps me going is new releases. But the thing that keeps me going the thing that won't, like, makes me scared about keeping going is the fact that there's a lot of things I won't be able to experience, you know, like whether it be music or films or whatever, and that prospect terrifies me. That I won't be not only not being able to experience stuff I already own or have experienced again, or the things I haven't experienced again. You know, like my mate who off himself last year, massive Marvel fan and just media fan in general. He would have loved Deadpool and Wolverine. Why is it glitching? Uh, like, I thought it was like, I mean it is, but I thought it was all funny and all to make jokes about being old, right? Making jokes, like, oh, I'm old now, I'm 18 years old. And I was like, it just clicks one day, like, oh, you feel old, whilst you're young, but you feel old. Early 20s, I know I still have, like, at least half a century left. That's if I don't die under an extreme circumstance. Like, everyone wants to, like, live a good life. Everyone wants to live a fruitful and prosperous and a long life. And there are people who have it cut short unwilling to them. Like, that's why to an extent you can commend those who actually do commit, because they're willingly ending it there because they have pain or whatever. Sure, I'm not condoning it, but like, you'd rather them die willingly than them die in an accident. Sure, it's much more sadder when it's like that word sad. It's gonna feel odd, like asleep forever. That's because we won't be able to perceive feeling. That's what's scary to me. We won't be able to perceive anything because we don't exist anymore. Let's continue. Let's try to get this shite done. Fuck, another one. The thing is, if you have like a short-term memory loss, you won't be able to like comprehend your death because one day you don't remember everything. I think I remember this mission.
Caution. Doomslayer sighting confirmed. Please save and exit your workspaces.
Why am I getting caught on nothing? I hope this means there's a reasoning as to why that's there. What the hell? I think that's the first one. I think there's 4 missions in this DLC, maybe. What the? I'm here. What the hell? So many things happening. Good. Why is he all my extra lives? Fucking Baron of Hell, are you kidding me? No! I have to do that all again. I hate how it automatically goes to that. Where's this cunt? Bro, just too many people spawn. Too many. might find one.
find a way to activate the power in this part of the city.
gonna be a boss fight right here. Or a P5. There's one of them there.
Power restored. You should be able to continue towards the gate now.
There were a lot. Ah. The one thing you shouldn't do in Doom, that's stand still. I reckon Nicholas Carlson want to have a blast scoring Doom. Bruh, it's just too many things happening. Give me an arc vial there. was waiting for the thing and it wasn't fucking working.
Attention to maintenance team. Please report to Gate Underground Operations Center.
A reason to just use it all. The super shotgun comes in clutch. was like, oh, this is the final area now. What the hell?
Attention. Power activated for city subsection.
I'm sorry, what? I can't. Shit! I don't know what I was doing. I could have survived that. Does it have a mark of how many people you kill with it now? Can't see invisible guys in the dark, bro. See, genuinely, I can't see. It's because it's dark and it's a tiny area. That's the reason why I'm dying. Yeah. It's not even that hard of enemies, it's just there's so many in such a tiny area. And the buff guys are right there. Can't even jump with the buff when that buff is activated. It's not even a hard area, genuinely. Did not mean to do that. It keeps on going to the BFG when I do that. When I do this, it goes to there. And since I just want to press the trigger, I fucking waste it.
This is an automated alert. The gate update room is offline. Please reschedule further testing until power has been restored.
How do I unlock this door? I'm assuming there's a switch somewhere. I'm hoping there's a switch somewhere. We take those shoes.
My wife works as a nurse at a large hospital, and I work from home in a tech company, and some of her interests have kind of changed. She came home and kind of let me know that she had interest towards a coworker and kind of caused a little bit of a tussle between us. And then I found out she was hanging out with some of her male doctors at their house, and she said that she was actually hanging out with some of her other coworkers who were different in a more social scene. So just been trying to kind of work through that and get on the same page and see what's going on. I was kind of wondering what your thoughts and opinions were.
I mean, my first gut reaction, and again, this one's a little more challenging because you're not sitting in front of me, I can't see you. But it feels like one of two things. One, you don't fully want to metabolize the seriousness of this, or you've just come up with some safer, more generic, unflavored oatmeal language to describe the fact that your wife is having an affair. She's cheating on you.
Right.
Which one of those is true? Is one of it just nervous you're on the show and you don't want to like fully dive in, or is it hit differently when you're like, no, my wife's having an affair, she's cheating on me, and I think my life as I knew it is now over and different now?
I think I'm just trying to come to the sense of reality of it.
There you go. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. I mean, your whole world got blown up. How long have y'all been married?
We've been together for 12 years.
Well, by now I'm sure you've seen the headlines about the Minecraft movie.
Oh yeah.
It's just so
Amazing.
terrible.
Wait, terrible? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about all the chaos in the theaters. Audiences screaming every time Jack Black makes a game reference. People throwing their food and drinks everywhere. It's pure pandemonium. The chicken jockey moments have gotten so out of hand, the cops even have to get involved. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how the movie had the biggest opening weekend for a video game adaptation ever.
Wait, what? Really?
Oh yeah. Let's just say we made a lot of diamonds.
Diamonds.
It's a game reference, never mind. Point is, we made a load of money.
Huh. Well, this certainly changes things. Don't get me wrong, people behaving decently and not like a bunch of depraved narcissistic D-bags is certainly important for the continued survival of society.
Of course.
But us making a load of money? Yeah, that's a way higher priority for me.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Is this something we can replicate?
We believe so. See, it seems with the Minecraft movie, we inadvertently made a film so obviously, unimaginatively, brain-rottingly stupid, filled with an excruciating number of shameless references to the game, that going to see it became a meme.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Similar thing happened a couple years ago with the Minions movie. Seeing the movie becomes a viral, ironic meme on TikTok. Hordes of young people flock to the theaters trying to one-up each other in a desperate, vain scramble for internet points, all while we rake in an unironically massive amount of bank.
Oh, young people always sticking it to us.
Oh, skibbity. Uh-huh.
Well, I say we give it a shot. Let's make the lowest effort, least earnest, glorified orgy of reference game adaptation ever, and watch as the memes jettison our stock prices to new heights.
I love it. Any idea what we should adapt next?
Oh. I know the perfect game.
Come on, Jonesy, get it open! Slurp juice! Boogie bomb! We're gonna survive that storm. We're gonna need to build a fort. Tonight! Let's Fortnite!
David Zaslav highlighted 4 characters that will be the pillars and asset builders of the DCU. Thanks to David Zaslav, we now know who are going to be the main characters and the faces of the DCU. And it looks like the main characters of the DCU are going to be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Supergirl. If you still don't understand, this is basically them telling us who are going to be the main characters in this universe. Like when the MCU started, the main characters were Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Black Widow. But the thing is, Marvel actually had to think about who would have been the main characters because they sold all their heavy hitters away. DC never sold any of their heavy hitters because they never went bankrupt, so it was pretty clear on who's going to lead the universe, the DC Trinity themselves, and Supergirl. Now, I admit Supergirl is not who I was expecting to be part of the pillars. I thought it would have been like Green Lantern, Flash, or Aquaman, but their brand was tainted in past DC stuff. It makes sense to try something new. Plus, Supergirl is getting the second DCU movie in 2026. I low-key see the vision here. Supergirl is going to lead the cosmic side of the DCU. Wonder Woman is going to lead the fantasy and mythology side of the DCU. Batman is going to lead the gritty and street-level side of the DCU. And Superman is the unifier, the beating heart of the DCU, the man who connects all these sides together because he resonates with all 3 sides. And I think it's safe to assume that Superman is going to be the face of the DCU since he's the one who's getting the first DCU movie. Overall, I'm pretty happy with these choices. Sure, it's safe and predictable, but I mean, who else would you choose? Just saying, it could have been worse. James Gunn likes to use Z-listers a lot. It could have been Peacemaker or Harley Quinn. And thank God the overexposure of Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad's over at DC. The Suicide Squad is a failing franchise. They only got one good movie out of it. And Harley Quinn works better as a villain. I hated her as an anti-hero. This also means they're going to start casting Wonder Woman and Batman as soon as possible because Superman and Supergirl are already cast, and you know, they're the main pillars. They got to start casting as soon as possible. And Wonder Woman doesn't even have a movie yet. They got to announce that as soon as possible. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty happy with these choices. I'm excited to see these characters lead the DCU into the future. What are your thoughts on their choices? David Zaslav highlighted 4 characters that will be the pillars and asset builders of the DCU. Thanks to David Zaslav, we now know who are going to be the main characters in the faces
Doom
of the
Blazer,
DCU.
really? Because you saw it be butchered in the Flash film, you don't think there'll be a Flashpoint film? No. Genuinely, I genuinely think James Gunn will do a proper Flashpoint movie. Hire a good fucking, Thomas Wayne. Okay, check. Happened again. Happened again. Too many things are happening right now. Too many fucking things. It's just like I'm not bad at the game. They just like imagine. It legit ruins the fun when there's just too many things happening. My brain can't comprehend what to focus on.
of your home. The only way into the most ancient Northfell. The Dark Lord is there, waiting for you. He will not allow the city to be overtaken. Like you, he will fight to the end.
This took way too long. Only way too long. Imora, the final battle has begun, using the Gate of Doom to act as the heart of hell. The Slayer stands before the gates of Imora, ready to face the Dark Lord. Armies now gather as the Dark Room prepares for war, and the coming conflict will decide the fate of all. Badass, bro.
Come, brothers! Let hell tremble before our might!
If the Dark Lord is defeated in ritual combat, any demon outside his realm will be destroyed.
I would assume a bulk of the Dark Acres will be similar to this. This looks fucking sick. This looks just sick. The fuck is the Destroyer Blade mod? Ah, this. a lot. So maybe I didn't do that last time. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Maybe I didn't upload my save. Maybe that's it. This Survive skin looks fucking sick.
Sometimes, celebrities just have to put rude interviewers in their place, like when Matthew McConaughey had a tense face-off with Joy Behar after she interrupted him just to insult his close personal friend, tennis champion Novak Djokovic.
I was happy to be in his spot, got to sit behind his parents, which was really awesome to see them when he brings them up and where they started. Is he an anti-vaxxer?
So, yeah. Just so you know.
Things only got worse when McConaughey's political aspirations came up, with Behar nearly derailing the actor's campaign before it even began.
Do you think you could get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is me playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Yeah.
From that moment, McConaughey's aggravation became unmistakable, much like Tom Cruise's reaction when an interviewer posed intrusive questions about his then recent divorce from actress. Nevertheless, few celebrities have endured greater public humiliation than actress Lindsay Lohan, who was openly mocked about her personal and legal troubles during this widely criticized interview with David Letterman.
Aren't you supposed to be
Actually, this is Lassie, and it's going mega viral because the developers took the fake games and all the ads and made it into a real game.
No way, I gotta try this.
Now and get these people on my side, or else you're fired. Go on, tell them what you think.
You don't know me, but my name's Cy. I'm just the O'Hare delivery guy. But it seems like trees might be worth a try. So I say, let it.
Yeah. My name is Dan.
And my name's Rose.
Our son Wesley kinda glows. And that's not good, so we suppose we should let it right. Comes naturally. How let it can I be? I'm just following my destiny. How
you can't reap what you don't sow. Plant a seed inside the earth. Just one way to
Hey Jacob, just want to confirm your PTO for next week.
Oh, yeah, boss. That's right. I'm about to head out right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, where are you going?
I'm going to the lands between.
The lands between?
Yeah, it's camp retreat. For the group I'm going with.
Oh, okay. Well, what's your group's name?
We're called the Tarnished.
Tarnished. Interesting.
Yeah, we competed against this team a few years ago called the Demigods.
Demigods?
Yeah, they had some pretty good players. Malakath, Margit, Godfrey, but Melania was definitely their best player. If it weren't for Let Me Solo Her, we wouldn't have stood a chance.
Oh, well, that's good that you guys won.
Yeah, but since we got the Elden Lord trophy for winning, we got to go back and fight off this new group that showed up.
Well, that sounds interesting. I hope you have fun. And, Jacob?
Yeah.
I will see you in the Shadow Realm, fellow Tarnished. Hey, Jacob, just...
Well, folks, it's about that time. You guys want my thoughts on Superman official trailer, so let's get into it. You gotta love the detail of Clark switching his posture and lowering his voice to become Superman. Boy, I'll be damned if my reporter girlfriend asked me to do a good faith interview as my super alter ego just to turn this shit into a hit piece. There's reporting the truth and then being objectively obtuse. It's wild to even suggest that a superhero needs permission to do anything. What type of hero has time to be consulting with anyone while an alien is crashing down in a city? People ain't worried about whether or not he got permission to save them. Boy, if there was ever any pushback with this movie, I want y'all to shut up right now. God damn it, this trailer absolutely hits. This is everything that I want from a Superman property. And I did question Nicholas Hoult, but he is bringing it. Boy, David Cornsweat embodies what it means to be Superman. This movie is Superman at its core. It's whether you're doing the right thing even when people don't want you to. That's the heart of Superman. That's what makes him great. Even if he's not loved by the public, Superman is not going to stand by while other people are in danger. Absolutely amazing trailer. I can't wait for this movie. But what do you guys think? Well, folks,
like my credit card has been declined. Can we postpone the payment? Hello?
Harry! Harry! Come on! Oh, my back!
How is he? He's gotta be okay. He's awake if you want to see him.
Hey, buddy. Hey. In my head.
Yeah.
Doctor said somebody tried to kill me. You're my best friend. I'd give my life for you.
Yeah. Great.
You're supposed to good. How you doing?
I think he's sleeping.
We love you, Harry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to scoot, okay?
Okay.
I think he's gonna be fine.
I think so.
You have lovely friends.
When life needs you, you... As many of you know, a couple years ago I decided to pack up everything I need to move completely off the grid. Fully self-sustained, setting up a rainwater collection system, generating my own electricity, using my poop as fertilizer for food and for food. And I've seen a lot of comments recently asking the same thing. Why? I posted a lot of videos showing the how of living off the grid. How to generate your own electricity, how to afford living off the grid, how to not get lonely while living by yourself off the grid, and how to remove your bottom set of ribs off the grid. You guys have brought it to my attention that I've never actually explained the why I live off the grid. So in this video, I'll go over that. Now, there's no black people here. Yeah, that's it. That's actually it. Thanks for watching. Setting up a rainwater collection system, generating... Okay. Fully self-sustained, using my poop as fertilizer for food and for food. Fuck.
This episode of Moist Meter was brought to you by Dashlane.
Tricks.
Initiating moist.
Alright, let's watch Charlie's
This episode of Moist Meter.
Doom Eternal Moist Meter, then I'll hop off. Because I want to watch the Reckoning. I want to know what those big demons are called. Oh, it's a Titan. Yeah, that makes sense.
After that pre-dawn foodery pit stop, today could be the day you fly too close to the sun and land perfectly. Go from A to legendary with Ampol Foodery, everything you need to keep you moving.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi there.
Nice to meet you.
Wow, what an impressive lineup.
I've been here 3 years.
Moist Mater was brought to you by Dashlane.
Initiating moisture.
Welcome to the Moist Meter. Today we're taking a look at Doom Eternal, follow-up to the mega hit Doom 2016, a game that I absolutely adored, and I'm happy to say Doom Eternal is an improvement in every possible area over Doom 2016. The game is extraordinary. It's a game that made me feel like a bigger, stronger man just from fucking playing the game. From the very second you turn on the game and you're greeted with the incredible soundtrack from Mick Gordon, you know you're in for a fucking high-octane thrill ride. It's so badass it's gonna make you want to get a barbed wire tattoo while you're playing the game. It's just so good from the very second the game starts. It grabs you by the nutsack and never lets go. It constantly just has you putting your cock on the chin of demons constantly. The pacing is relentless. Full throttle aggression, non-stop action. It makes it feel like your blood has been replaced by diesel fuel. It is so incredible. It's such a refreshing experience. The FPS gameplay is so crisp, so smooth. The movement is magnificent. There's so many new mechanics this time around too. It's a lot deeper than Doom 2016. A lot of weapon variety and a lot of different purposes for each weapon, so you'll be constantly switching in between weapons during a fight because you're going to be mixing and matching what works best against what enemy. Let's say you need armor, well maybe you'll use the flame belch and then hit them with a blood punch so that we get like this fat fucking pinata explosion of armor drops. It's so good. There's a lot more strategy to it, a lot more depth, and it's a lot more fluid. It just feels incredible. When you go through a Slayer Gate, which is a really challenging optional arena that you can do, and if you beat it, you get a key which unlocks a powerful weapon if you collect enough of those keys. You'll go through this gauntlet of thousands of demons, this horde of meat that just comes after you, from the most pathetic, pitiful small demons, you know, the demons from the person that pirated a movie one time, to these fucking hulking, gigantic beasts of legend, and you'll grit your teeth and fail multiple times on nightmare difficulty until you finally triumph and get that incredible reward. But all the while that you're getting your ass pounded, it doesn't hurt. It feels great because the maps are so well designed to complement high flying action and just constant movement that it just always is fun just to get in there, even if you are getting your shit pushed in. And you will eventually get better and push through it regardless of your level of talent in the game, because you'll want to, because it's so goddamn fun. It is just so enjoyable. And I also like to say the narrative in this game I actually really enjoyed. I thought the narrative was really entertaining, albeit not the best written thing ever made or anything, but it was super fun. And it shows you just how fucking cool Doom Guy is. You know, just this remarkably imposing presence that everyone, man, woman, child, demon, angel, god himself fears and regrets creating. It's just really cool to have this really badass character and have a story all wrapped around how badass he is. I just really enjoyed that. And I can't compliment the soundtrack enough, by the way, because the soundtrack throughout the entire campaign is just a straight up banger. Real boner jams from Doom Eternal. Really, really solid stuff there. Everything is great. The aesthetic design, every level feels nice to play. Every map is so fucking nice to play around with. The only thing I felt was even a little bit clunky was swimming. I don't know why they even included swimming. It just slowed everything down, and it's not like they were puzzles or anything. It was more just a chore finding exactly what you needed to bash into. I just don't really understand why swimming was even here. That's like the only thing I could even criticize in the entire game, because everything else was fantastic. Finding secrets was fun, going off the beaten path and exploring was fun, and of course, just massacring hordes of demons never got old. I cannot express enough how much I enjoyed the campaign. The campaign was nice and long as well, so you get a lot of bang for your buck in the campaign, and then there is multiplayer. The multiplayer I don't think is bad, but I also don't really think it's good. It's just kind of really mediocre. It's just something that's kind of like this aftermath. Like, you're riding the high of beating the campaign and you want more. And there is more. There's master levels and shit, but there's also multiplayer if you want, like, even more. And you'll go from, like, a full chub after the campaign to just kind of going a little soft from the multiplayer. Again, it's not bad. It's simple. there's a Slayer, there's 2 demons. It's a 1v2 scenario. You go against demons as you would in the campaign. You have regular AI demons that you fight. You get all the shit you got from them in the campaign, but there are 2 demons that are picked by human players, and they're trying to kill you.
Automatically makes it harder because it's not AI.
With a huge range of tools to use this Saturday. Plus, cover your stake if your horse runs second or third with extra bet backs. Neds, bet it out. You win some, you lose more.
Obviously. So, if you kill both demons them in the campaign, but there are 2 demons that are picked by human players, and they're trying to kill you. Obviously. So, if you kill both demons, you win. If you kill one demon, the other demon has a respawn timer, and if he respawns, you have to kill them both again. You have to kill them both before one of them respawns. That's how the Slayer wins, and the demons win, obviously, if they kill you. There's a bunch of different powers that the demons can use. There's loadouts that you can use, different ability cards, shit like that. There is a little bit of depth to it, but I just didn't really find myself enjoying it all that much. I just think it was wasted potential not to create a multiplayer that was an arena shooter using the gameplay of Doom Eternal, because it would have fit absolutely beautifully with an arena shooter style. And I know arena shooters are pretty much dead these days, and I think that's a shame because arena shooters are a lot of fun, especially when they're done well, and I think it could have been done well here. Maybe in the future they'll add that, I don't really know, but as it stands, the multiplayer is just kind of like this afterthought. Like, you're not going to be getting this game to get lost in the multiplayer. That's just going to be something that you remember when you're just bored after beating the game for the 5th time over on Ultra Nightmare. It's just not great, not bad, and it doesn't bring the game down, I'd say. I don't think it really takes it down a notch or anything, so plugging Doom Eternal into the moist meter, I'm giving it a fat 95%. Everything in this game is done super well. It is the most fun I've had with a shooter in a long, long time. It is absolutely extraordinary. I streamed the whole thing at twitch.tv/moistcritical. You can see that I was an absolute monster at this game, by the way, so I was able to push this shit to its maximum potential. I was surprised the game didn't fucking crash on me with the stress testing I was putting it through. Incredible game, so much you can do with it, and I can't recommend it enough if you're a fan of high-paced, first-person shooting action. Great stuff. I want to talk about the modern internet age where you have to memorize a ton of passwords for a ton of different things, or if you're some caveman using one password for everything, you need to stop that ASAP. This is an intervention. You need to stop doing that. You should have multiple passwords for a lot of different things, and it sometimes becomes a bit of a burden to remember those, or if you write them down, remembering to write them down or finding where you wrote them down, it just becomes a hassle, and password recovery is oftentimes not very efficient, where you have to answer these questions like, what was the name of your grandmother's first goldfish, and then you don't remember, and then you're locked out. It can just be a big headache, which is why I want to talk about Dashlane. Dashlane eliminates the problem entirely. It has all the passwords you need when you need them. It's super quick, super simple, one-click login anywhere you need, so you never have to worry about fumbling around with remembering what goes where. There's no ads, which is great. It's not doing anything shady with your data because Dashlane can't even see your data. And there's no credit card required, so they're not scamming you or anything out of money. It's just an all-around great product that just makes the online living space much more quick, efficient, and simple. So if you're interested in trying Dashlane out, you can go to dashlane.com/penguinz0 to try Dashlane for free. And if you want to upgrade to the premium version, you can use the discount code penguinz0 to get 10% off.
Okay, let's rank every Mission Impossible movie. Since everybody has their balls between their legs and doesn't want to talk about the new Mission Impossible, let's just rank all the previous ones. Okay, so starting last, you know it has to be Mission Impossible 2.
It's very cheesy, very corny. It has a lot of forgettable moments. It has some cool action sequences, but really corny. Okay, so second to last, Mission Impossible 3. It's nowhere near as bad as Mission Impossible 2. It has a great villain, great action sequences, but it's just a little forgettable when you look at all the great ones that came after Mission Impossible 3. Next, I'm gonna go with Ghost Protocol, the first one that Jeremy Renner's in. This was the first movie that really set the standard for the series. I think this is where a lot of people really realize that Mission Impossible is actually some good fucking movies. Next, I'm gonna go with the OG Mission Impossible 1. I really don't think it gets enough credit for setting up Tom Cruise, setting up Luther, the whole universe. Really great. Next is gonna be Rogue Nation. Again, really good. This is where the franchise got amazing. And then Fallout is the best so far. Oh.
Did you know in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, for the iconic plane hanging stunt, Tom Cruise's eye specialist designed a special lens that can cover the entire eyeball so it would stay open in the wind.
Did you know in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Benji Dunn gets to accomplish one of his dreams? In Ghost Protocol, he mentions that he wants to wear a face mask, and while he seems to wear one in this film, it turns out to be a hypothetical situation. However, he actually does do it in one of the deleted scenes. When Benji is benched at the CIA headquarters, he impersonates Hunley with a face mask, and he plays a game of cat and mouse with the real Hunley. It ended up getting cut, though, due to confusion in the previews. If you like this, subscribe for more. Did you know in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation?
If you got captured and chained to a pole, how hard would it be to escape? We decided to find out by finding a very large pole and tying ourselves to it. I tried first and immediately felt pain in my shoulder from the rusty nails and hardwood, so we hit the nails with a hammer and rubbed the pole in the tape for safety. We kept trying, but now the pole was so slippery that mission seems impossible. I decided to try a new technique and it worked super well. Even though I made it super close, I got stuck right at the top and unfortunately couldn't escape. It was down to John. One last attempt. John went full beast mode and started hopping up the pole. It looked super painful. He didn't give up, and before we knew it, he was at very top. He held on tight and boom, escaped just like Tom Cruise. If you got caught.
Alright, let's watch his Fallout one, because it's only 5 minutes long, then we will hop off and watch Dead Reckoning. Because if we start it now, we will end at like 4:30, 4:40, so just before 5, so it's decent time. Because I need to wake up, because I think I need to double check when actually is my my booking. $2:15. I thought it was $2:45. Okay. Okay, 2:15. So within 12 hours, I'll be watching the final one. That's insane.
Get more of what you're into with a
Initiating moisture.
I know in the last Moist Meter I said that Jackson was on an extended vacation, so the Moist Meter quality would go to shit during this time, because I can't do the same type of editing he does with the production and the effects and shit. However, I'm happy to report that a mystical, magical wood elf fairy godmother named J-Mac has stepped up to the plate and offered to deliver high-quality Moist Meter editing. So thank you, J-Mac. Let's go ahead and get right into this shit now. Mission Impossible Fallout. I'm a huge fan of the Mission Impossible franchise, and I really hope one day we'll see an Ethan Hunt versus James Bond crossover, kind of like Freddy versus Jason. Ethan Hunt versus James Bond. James Bond would win in fucking girls department, but I think Ethan Hunt would have the edge in like pure high-octane diesel-pumping testosterone cum-inducing action. Now on to this movie instead of focusing on my fan fiction pipe dream cinematic experience crossover event, which I do believe should absolutely happen. This movie is exceptional, the action is spectacular, but there's a lot of things that I think absolutely fell short, the biggest being the plot. The plot is the exact same plot that we've seen in Mission Impossible movies before, and I mean the exact same. I don't want to give anything away, but it is a one-to-one copy of previous Mission Impossible plots. I don't know how many fucking times they can, assume Ethan's the bad guy. Like in Rogue Nation, oh, Ethan was in Austria when the Prime Minister was assassinated. Ethan assassinated the Austrian Prime Minister. What the fuck? It was definitely Ethan. Let's hunt him down. I don't know how many times they can do that. And they've done that so many fucking times, and they keep doing it. For some reason, it's just like in 24. You know how in 24, when Jack Bauer every single season was being hunted by his own government? That's IMF. That's the Mission Impossible movies. That's always the plot. It's, it's like when they say don't copy my homework exactly and then you just change your name on it or change one word in it. That's what Mission Impossible does with its previous plots. And it works because what these plots allow them to do is deliver some very high stakes action sequences and a lot of crazy shit. So I don't mind it that much, but it's very lazy. It's just really fucking lazy. Oh, what plot should we do, guys? What did we do 3 movies ago? Do people still remember that one? Let's just do that again. Fuck it. I don't think they'll remember. But I remember. I've seen them all. I like them all. Of course I remember. Why would you insult me like that by reusing the same plot? Regardless, though, plot's lazy, but it doesn't take too much away from the movie because the plot still enables it to have these crazy scenes. And there's a lot of really fucking amazing scenes in this movie with just really jaw-dropping and unique action that's filmed so well that I can't help but mention how incredible the cinematography is here and how well everything is shot, so the action all flows together beautifully and creates a really memorable action movie. The Tom Cruise kills it per usual. I love that he does all his own stunts, and I think that really adds an extra flavor to all of the Mission Impossible movies. Dude fucking broke his ankle during one of the scenes and then kept limping off, and they used that take in the movie, and you can see he's like fucking wincing in pain like, ouch, that's a broken ass ankle, I got a boo-boo down there. And he still plays it off because he's a goddamn professional. Damn, Scientology must give you superpowers or something, because Tom Cruise fucking kills it in these roles. Besides just the amazing action, though, there's not really too much else I really need to talk about. Performances are solid across the board, except for maybe Luther in some parts, because he had to deliver like an emotional speech about Ethan's wife, and it was just kind of uncomfortable to listen to because it just felt so forced and unnecessary. Kind of like someone walked into the writing room and said, well, let's shoehorn some emotion in this bitch. Where's the emotion at? Okay, let me write something real quick. I'll scribble something down. That made it in there, and that was kind of goofy, but other than that, solid performances. It knows what it needs to focus on. It has a very clear goal. It just wants to deliver some cool shit to you, and it succeeds. Although I do need to mention, I think it goes a bit overboard on like the classic Mission Impossible formula with the masks and shit. There's an over-reliance on double cross, super cross, I had you before you had me because I knew what your move was going to be. Also, I hope you're used to hearing the phrase, that's what he wants us to do, because they say that exact phrase verbatim at least 50 fucking times in this movie. Almost as many times as they did in Rogue Nation. Not quite as many there, but almost as much here. So I hope you're excited to hear that phrase uttered a million times. But still a very good movie. Let's go ahead and plug this shit into the Moist Meter. I'm giving Mission Impossible Fallout an 80%. It excels where it needs to. It wants to be a very good action movie, and it's an excellent action movie. I think it's the best in the Mission Impossible series, and a very, very good action movie overall. They've clearly mastered the formula. They want to make a very fun, shove popcorn in your face and just be entertained action movie, and they succeeded. It's a great fucking action movie. See ya.
I kind of don't like his old persona like short hair Charlie is not an entertaining Charlie, which is kind of sad. I like long hair Charlie. So like 2020 onwards. Whatever happened to Justin Moore? I never see his comments anymore. Bro, Justin White has his own subreddit. That's insane.
We're talking veggies. Specifically, how to get them tastier and how to get more of them.
Years ago, I reviewed a video of a guy playing games online. His name was Penguin Z0. He was a short guy with a funny voice and an unusually large head, but he was good at what he did. So now, a decade and a half later, I'm told he's doing really well for himself. And so I came to check up on him, see how he's been doing.
Oh shit, there it is. A glory hole right next to the settling cracks and the door dings. This calls for your secret weapon. You break out the marshmallow paste, but it's not shutting down that hole. The penises are still flying in. Hey there, I'm Bo Riles, glory hole virtuoso. If you're trying to shut down operations on a glory hole, look no further than the liquid drywall. Just spray our whipped cream on there and bingo bango bongo vanishes in seconds. The portal to the dick dimension may be closed, but those cherished memories of sucked wieners will live on within you forever. Our shaving cream requires no extra tools, no mess, no repairman. Fuck this repair guy in particular. Give me that wall, bitch. Let me show you how the liquid drywall works. It takes that wall and it puts it in a can. This is wall in a can, motherfucker. It doesn't get more simple than that. Then you spray it on the wall and that wall leaves the can. Now that wall's on your wall. Gone are the days of playing with old Play-Doh. Gone are the days of painting cake frosting on your walls. Martha, you clumsy slut, you've banged the table into the wall. But luckily, thanks to the liquid drywall, we don't have to sell the house anymore. Thanks to the fast and easy repairs. Whoopsie, you got a little asshole in your wall? Butt plugged. No problem. I'm filling more holes than a male porn star today. Another one hiding behind the door? Not on my watch. What's that smell? Another one? Oh, goodness me, more holes than a block of cheese in this mother...
$1962. He was born 40 years before me. He was 40 years old when I was born. I can't really comprehend that. Because when I was born, at the time, only fucking Mission Impossible 1 and 2 were out. 3 was yet to come out for like 4 years. That's actually insane. Very surprised. Maybe he's has this mindset as I do. And like, play games when you get up to the game and not necessarily play it as it comes out. I mean, if it was like a Spider-Man situation, I would have played it past 2 days, like legitimately. I'm very surprised. Maybe he's just playing. Is he liking AC Shadows? It's one of the most controversial ones because not only is it apparently just doesn't look good or doesn't control good, but not only that, it's not what people expected from Assassin's Creed. Like, it tried to be a Ghost of Tsushima and not an Assassin's Creed, and that's not how you do it. Also, Assassin's Creed Shadows is such a boring name. Valhalla was so cool. Odyssey, Mirage, fucking Black Flag, Brotherhood. Other ones I can't remember. Revelations. But then Shadows, it's then one of the most normal words that people use on a day-to-day basis. You should have like done something cool, you know. I don't know. But anyways, we're now gonna look at the fucking skin tone difference. It's actually insane. Because I don't wear tank tops. I mean, I probably should. Especially on hot days. We take to When's the next time I'll be watching these films? I don't know. I watched them 2 years ago, way before fucking Dead Reckoning Part 2 came out. Or Part 1 came out. I really want them to re-release these films. You know, like... Well, you know what's weird is that they have a Mission Impossible... Because M1 to 4 have the same design. That's like that. But then... But what's even weirder is that there is a Mission Impossible 5 with that design, but this is the standard version. Which is peculiar because, like, why not use that design? Why use the new one? I understand Fallout because it's the brand new one and this design was based off it. And I can just see myself just watching Fallout, because Fallout is just a good watch beginning to end. Ghost Protocol and Fallout are like the kings in the franchise. People love Rogue Nation. I don't see it. I don't see the hype. It's unfortunate. Really. Let's see how long this one is again. 157. Damn, that's 2.5 hours basically. So if I start now, it's gonna end at 5. Legitimately. He looks so old in these photos. That's so sad. I bought this 2 years ago and it's still unopened. Tom Cruise is at the top of his game, and the film critics are calling the best mission ever. They said that for every fucking film. Ethan Hunt, Cruise, and his IMF team embark on their most dangerous mission yet, to track down a terrifying new weapon that threatens all of humanity before it falls into the wrong hands. With the fate of the world at stake, a deadly race around the globe begins. Confronted by a mysterious, all-powerful enemy, Ethan is forced to consider that nothing can matter more than his mission, not even the lives of those he cares about. What I like about this film is that it feels like a continuation, because missions 1 to 4 felt like 2 individual films that haven't have Ethan and maybe Luther in them. In all these films back to back, you have Rebecca Ferguson, the guy who plays Luther, Benji. Like it follows suit, you know. Like I know Rebecca Ferguson's character dies. I mean, she dies at the beginning, but that's a fake out. And she dies for real at the end. But she was like the death from the first film. I'm excited because this is a long film and I don't remember all that much. And brand new DVDs now. I like not opening all my DVDs when I get them, because like I know eventually I will watch them. Eventually. Annoying, but eventually. And for the MCU ones, like I open them immediately because I'm going to watch them again. Oh. I really want them to re-release the DVDs. Because, like, having the final film called The Final Reckoning and not Dead Reckoning Part 2 ruins the Part 1. You know, imagine if they did that for Deathly Hallows. Deathly Hallows Part 1, and the second one is called the Final Hallows, of the final one. I know final is a good word and all, but Dead Reckoning is such a good fucking title. Anyways, I will see y'all lads tomorrow reviewing not only why did it? That was weird. I'll see you lads reviewing not only this film, but the final one. I have high hopes because, you know, usually Part 1 and 2 films get released like a year in between each other. You know, look at Infinity War and Endgame. Well, Fast 10 is a different case because we don't even have an announcement for the Part 2. At one point it was going to be a Part 3, but no. Fast 10 will be its final. Hopefully that film was good because Fast 10 was pretty mediocre. Fast 9, eh. Did I rewatch all those films or did I watch them all once? Did I watch them all to 9 then rewatch them for 10? Or did I don't know. I don't remember. I think I've seen at least the Fast and Furious films to 6 a couple times. I've seen 7 maybe twice now. 8 no, I've seen 8 twice. 9, I think I've seen both versions of them actually, because there's 2 versions. Alright, see ya.